Alright, alright. I'm on my way to work. And there's lots of people on the road. So, I'm gonna try to get to work efficiently, quickly, and safely. So last night I met up with my husband and a few of our riding friends. There ended up being 7 of us all together. Oh, this is gonna be tight. Oh yeah, that's not gonna work. And 2 of the guys, actually 3 of the guys, ride with our riding group, Los Angeles Scooter Group, quite frequently, so they could probably give a pre-ride chat with all the rules and everything for group riding on their own. 2 of the guys are people who we met, my husband and his friend met at a Cycle Gear bike night. They don't ride in groups that frequently. I kind of missed having a group chat beforehand, because you can't assume that everybody knows group riding etiquette. It wasn't that bad last night. I mean, considering they haven't ridden in groups that many times, it wasn't like anything crazy happened. Just small little minor things. So I'm gonna discuss with you about what items usually end up on a pre-ride chat, and if any of you have participated in pre-ride chats before, tell me anything that you guys have to add to your pre-ride chat. Go ahead and comment below. Oh, this car is a bitch behind me. Go ahead, get stuck behind that bus. So, first of all, when you're riding on the streets, like the residential like this, or on freeway even, you want to ride in a staggered formation. 1 bike on the left, 1 bike on the right, and staggered. So you're not riding directly next to the biker next to you. When you're riding, you stay in that staggered formation. At lights, I mean, I understand at lights we want to squish up and get everyone together as much as possible so we don't lose people at lights. So sometimes the formation gets out of whack, but not normally, unless we're like having to split to try to meet up with everybody, and some people decide not to split and then they come back later. Then the formation gets messed up, sure. But for the most part, the formation stays the same. As you're riding along through the streets, you don't want to just cut into an open space next to you. Kind of throws people off when you're riding. It's like, if you just stay in your formation, then there's not as big of a likelihood that you're gonna hit each other or crash into each other. Second rule that I like to do is pay attention to what the rider in front of you is doing. Anything in front of you, like potholes, or the rider, if they're like pointing out things on the road, or if they're signaling to turn, if they're slowing down, speeding up, that kind of thing. Pay attention to the rider in front of you. If everybody is paying attention to who's in front of them, there shouldn't be that many issues. It's when people stop paying attention to what's going on in front of them, get sidetracked, and they hit rear end the next biker in front of them or something. Also, another thing you can do when you're riding is point out objects on the road with your foot. Like if you see a big huge boulder, you're riding through a canyon on the road, and or you see gravel or a bunch of fallen sand on the road, you want to point it out. Or a pothole, something you think that might throw your fellow biker friends off. A wet spot, slick spot, point it out with your foot. But if it's like a big boulder or a rock, just don't kick it, okay? Don't try to kick it out the way, because you're going faster than you think you are. And I've seen people's feet get hurt that way. And it might be bigger than you think it is, or heavier than you thought it was. You might think you could kick it out the way, and you end up breaking your ankle or your toe or your foot. Just point at it, don't kick it. Hand signals. Now, hand signals are kind of awesome because some people ride around with their blinker on and always forget to turn it off, so you don't know if they're turning or not. But if they stick their hand out to the left, you know they're turning left. If they hold up their hand bent, you know they're turning right. And it's just, you know, if it's a bright sunny day and you're kind of far away from it, you can't really see if their blinker's on or not. If they got their hand signals going on, you definitely know, hey, we must be turning. Other hand signals that come in handy to let another biker know if there's cops on the way. So let's say you see a cop ahead and you tap your helmet, and the bikes behind you or the bikes that are coming up to you can see that you tap your helmet, and kind of lets them know, hey, watch out. It's just a heads up. Heads up, watch out. What kind of helmet is that? That would not protect you from nothing. I don't understand that. To each his own. Alright. Pre-ride chat. So, oh yeah. Sometimes there might be blockers. That's all cool, fine, and dandy. But do so at your own risk, because although some people might chip in for a ticket, most people will be like, oh, you got a ticket, that sucks. So if you're gonna get a ticket, is it worth it? Most of the time, if you have a good leader, they will pull over at the next turn. Like we're making a turn right here, so we'll pull over before or right at the top maybe, and have someone sitting down at the bottom as a marker to let the bikes that didn't catch up or got lost behind know that, hey, we're turning here. If someone has to pull off out of the group for some reason, let someone know. Usually there's a sweeper, somebody to make sure the pack's all together. So if you're leaving, you signal to that person like by waving.